Hey YouTube, it's Christian Camille, and I'm back again with another collective message. Last week we talked about juggling and the transition. And logically, walked away from that message and I'm like, yeah, I can do this. But let me be honest. It is hard. Let me be even more honest personally. I don't got no job. I don't got no man. God got me on house arrest. I've been healing and crying all summer. And there's moments where I really do feel good about myself. And then there's moments that I don't. I doubt everything. I question everything. Sometimes all it takes is for me to be nosy and surf Instagram or Facebook, and I see everybody having a great time. But I have to remind myself, it's social media. People ain't all like me. They ain't posting their deepest and darkest and how they feel sad. I was talking to my sister yesterday. She's a Gemini sun, Sagittarius rising. She's a funny mofo. She always makes me laugh. And I was telling her what was going on. And she was like, maybe you should just rob somebody if you need the money. She was being funny. And I said, trust me, I thought about it. All this time on my hands, I've definitely thought about it. And she was like, don't do that. I said, I'm not. Thank God I have this tree line. It keeps me sane. This right here. I live on a 3rd floor, and it doesn't matter what time of year. This tree line keeps me sane. It makes me think of the bigger things in life, how everything is orchestrated. Everything has its divine time. It's beautiful to me. Anywho. But enough about me. Let's get to this message. What does Spirit have? Well, I guess it's ready. What does Spirit have for us today? For this week? Lord, I ask you to open up the eyes and the ears for those who need to hear and see this message. I pray that I'm an open vessel, that my ministering warrior and guardian angels help me facilitate this message for those who need to hear it and to see it. I surrender. Amen. Okay, let me get a sip of this turmeric tea. It's so good. Central issue. 2 of Wands. We have to make a decision. Not just make a decision. More so, 2 of Wands is more so like, we know we have 2 options. We have to move on one of them. In the regular Rider-Waite, I think it's the regular Rider-Waite, I'm not sure. I know the vice versa deck for sure has a man holding a globe. It looked like not a globe, a sphere, and it looks like a sun. He's looking out, and he's holding on to 1 wand, even though there's 2. He's made a decision on 1 wand. Now he's thinking about the actions he has to take in order to facilitate making that decision. Where do we cross by? What is our challenge? 9 of Wands. The bitch is tired. That's exactly what I heard. Tired. You don't want to do it no more. There's a meme out there that says, I'm tired of going through lessons to make me learn where I need to be, or something like that. Lord, please stop sending those spiritual hardships, that we have to go through to refine ourselves. I'm tired. Tired. A lot of people, this is where we at. Like, is it over? I don't want to go through one more round. But what's depicted in this card is a man that's ready to go through one more round. It's stupid. But this is where we're at. What's at the root of the matter? Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Unlike Five of Wands, Five of Swords is more so of external. You know, it's not internal like the Five of Wands. Not saying that the Five of Wands can't be external. Yes, it can be. But the first thing that pops up for me is internal conflict. You know, it didn't fester enough to actually become the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is letting me know that externally there's some bullshit. Some bullshit. It went beyond being internal conflict. The struggle. More so, this is with others as well. What's in the past? Ace of Swords. 2 weeks ago, we were challenged to be the king of swords, right? We had to get clear. This lets me know that we have gotten clear. We know what we need to do. Even if we don't know what we need to do moving forward, we've learned enough of our lessons in the past that we know what we're not willing to do again. That's for sure. What we're not willing to venture back into, you know. Our challenge card is the Nine of Wands. We's tired. I don't want to go back through that crap no more. I know I don't. And if it's been heavy enough for you, I'm sure you don't either. So we're clear. This makes sense because we're actually at the Two of Wands now, which is our central issue. You know, we've made a decision because we became clear. What's above it all? Where's our strengths? You know, what can we draw from? Eight of Wands. First thing that popped into my head is something's coming. What that something is, I don't know. On the latter end, this can always be communication. But even communication takes a level of you stepping forward to travel in order to do that. In this day and time, we don't necessarily have to travel. It can be a text. Vice versa. It can be communication coming to you or you traveling somewhere. Let me bring that back. This is our strengths. Either we're traveling somewhere or we're communicating about something. Or this is unexpected. Let's think about that one. 2 weeks from now, what's in our immediate future? What can possibly be the outcome? I said 2 weeks from now. Maybe that means something to somebody. 2 weeks from now. But this is a weekly collective message. So this would be technically at the end of the week. King of Cups. Okay. King of Cups. King of Cups, he first transits is water, secondary is air. He's known for having his emotions in check. Not only understand his emotions and he's mature about it, but he's logically thought about them as well. Keeps things close to his chest as well. Not saying that he's not a jovial guy. I'm sure he is. He's not as receptive as the Queen of Cups. but he's balanced. Head, heart is balanced. How should we approach this week coming up? Two of Cups. That's probably why the King of Cups popped out. Two of Cups. You can say, oh, we can be on one accord with somebody else, this and the other. But my very first message I said, when we're talking about the collective, when we're talking about ourselves individually, not the other. We're talking about ourselves here. This card for me means that we are in tune with ourselves and our higher selves. One accord. Just like the King of Cups. Head and heart is on one accord. Not only is our head and heart is on one accord, but ourselves and our higher selves is in one accord. In order to be there, we literally have to do some introspection, reflection, and make sure that what we're trying to go in life is divinely inspired as well. You just can't be doing whatever the fuck you want to do. I told you I was talking to my sister. She said, maybe you should rob somebody. I thought about it. Is that the right thing to do? No. We have to make sure how we're conducting ourselves in our regular day-to-day lives is a reflection of our above. Right? Okay. That's what our approach should be. What we need to know, but we don't know, now we're going to know. Section. Four of Cups. There's an opportunity that's trying to be presented to us, but we're too fixated on the things that we don't want. Don't be so caught up in your lackadaisical, mediocre, I don't want that, nor that we miss out on our opportunity. We had above it all and what's in our strengths and what we can draw from was the Eight of Wands. And literally, Eight of Wands is travel and communication. Good travel and communication. I ultimately said that either that's what we're doing or we're thinking about doing, or that's unexpected and that's what's coming to us. In our unexpected sector, which is what we need to know, but we don't know now we do know sector, it's the Four of Cups. There's going to be an opportunity. Don't be waddling in the cups that's spilled and you don't, it's not even spilled. In the vice versa deck, all four cups are spilled. But I see the vice versa side of that. There's actually all four cups are spilled, but there's a ship at sea. That's the opportunity. Don't get caught up in mediocre, what you don't like, what you're pissed off about, being stuck and unwilling to move because you will not be able to see your opportunity. Catch-22 card, hopes and fears. That's what I call it. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. First thing I heard was the help is on the way. The help is on the way. Maybe that's what the Four of Cups is about. Maybe the help on the way is not necessarily who you thought it was going to be. In the regular Rider-Waite, it shows one man on a bench, I think, and two people standing next to him. One looks like he's writing a checklist or some shit. I don't know. And the other person just looking like, I don't know. And then there's one person doing all the work, right? Maybe the hope is we actually do get people to help us along the way. Maybe the fear is not the people we want or who we thought it was going to be. Outcome. Six of Swords. Mentally traveling, moving forward. I've noticed this has been a repetitive theme all 3 weeks so far. In order to get moving in any direction in our lives, we mentally have to be there first. There has to be an agreement. Heart and mind. Mind and heart. Is this what I want to do? Once the mind comes up with an idea, we think about it. And then the mind sends it to the heart. How do you feel about it? Heart says, yeah, I like that. Then we can follow behind with action, right? Whatever's coming in this week, make sure that your heart and your mind, you're on one accord. Not only are you on one accord with your heart and your mind, but you're also on one accord with your higher self. As above, be as below. As above shall be below. What is it? So above as below? Something like that. Make sure we're in right standing. When I used to be in church, it was a saying in the Bible. It says that there's God's divine will and then there's his permissive will. Story time. There's God's divine will, what he wants for us, and then there's God's permissive will. God's permissive will is not exactly what I want it to do, but since you prayed about it and you're so headstrong about it, I'm not saying it's bad, but if you want it that bad, I'll give it to you. People say, oh, divorce is not in the Bible, this and that and the other, blah, 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 blah. Moses petitioned God when they was in the wilderness, right? And since he was the only judge at the time, everybody would come to him all day long. He'll be listening to people's problems day in and day out, all day long. Well, one of the particular problems in particular was people that was married didn't want to be married with each other no more. I guess they had legitimate reasons why they shouldn't be married anymore. Is it God's divine will for us to get married and not divorce? I'm sure of it. However, Moses petitioned God, and God was like, you know what? Here you go. Here's a certificate of divorce. And let people split ways and move on about their married lives to start anew, right? Is it God's divine will? No. Is it permissive? Yes. In the book of Kings, it was one particular king. He was dying. And this king wanted to see his sons get married. He wanted to see his sons take over the throne or whatever the case may be. Live his life, seeing his kids grow up or whatever. They were already grown, but, he wanted certain things he wanted to be able to see his grandkids, something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me. I've never been a Bible quote verbatim, okay? But God was like, I think you should die. Just let it go, And he was like, no, I want to see my kids, get married and, see my son go off to war and come back victorious and so forth and so on. And God was like, all right, if you want to live, I tried saving you a bit, but if you want to live, I'll let you live. That king saw his sons die one by one. Wasn't necessarily great deaths either. I think some was disease. I think some were murdered. Whatever the case may be. What he thought he wanted to live for was exactly not what he wanted. I'm sure at the end of it all, he was like, damn, I should have died 4 years ago. Same thing with us. We have an opportunity. We have an opportunity here. Do we want to be in God's divine will, or do we want to be in his permissive will? It's what you should do versus what the ego wants, right? There's an opportunity coming. But whatever that opportunity is, don't get caught up in your ego because it doesn't look like you expect it to be. is not who you expected it to be, it might be a little bit harder. All opportunities doesn't equal easy. The challenge is 9 of Wands. We tired. Evidently, there must be potential in this opportunity. At the root of it all, we have 5 of Swords. It's not only internal conflict, but it's external one. It keeps ringing in my head. It might not be the people that you necessarily think it is, but if you're smart enough, you might be able to finesse the hell out of this opportunity. I didn't say backpedal. I didn't say commit. Make lemonade out of lemons. Take the lemons you got, make lemonade. Bottom of the deck. 7 of Cups. God damn. Ooh-wee. Usually this is my self-reflection card. We have 7 opportunities. 7 things on a list that we have to look back on, you know, to reflect. How would this opportunity benefit me? How should I go about this opportunity and make sure I won't slip and fall? Every opportunity that's given to you doesn't necessarily mean that it's ironclad. Doesn't mean that you don't have to think about it. Doesn't mean that, you know, you take it and run. No. What I'm primarily getting here is going to be from a set of people. It's going to be a noun, a person, place, or thing. There you go. It's going to give you an opportunity. And you're going to second guess that bitch. But if we're in the stance of the King of Cups, heart and mind, on the same page, balanced, making that decision will be easier to do. Our approach is the 2 of Cups, higher self, lower self, ego versus higher self. Being on the same page, manifesting what we want. Our higher selves manifesting what is best for us, right? Because an opportunity is presented to you doesn't mean you have to make a decision right there on the spot. Review that thing. Think about it first. Check in with your mind. Send it to your heart. Do they agree? That's the end of our message, people. That's the end of our message. That was quick this week. I can't complain though. Once again, I enjoyed those who commented. Thank you, thank you. Keep them coming. Also, I enjoy doing this. I really do. I really do. And I thank those who can resonate with me, you know? If an opportunity happens to come up this week, you don't have to put all your business out, but let me know. I want to be nosy. But I hope this week brings nothing but blessings to you guys. And if the opportunity that you did not expect that was coming doesn't come in a package that you want, just think about it. You don't have to say yes right away. Think about it. Ain't nothing wrong with saying, I'll get back with you. Give me some time. Okay? Well, until next week, unless God pulls me out a little sooner than later to give you guys a message, be back.